Do you trust yourself? Do you trust your sense of things? Do you trust your perceptions of reality? Or do you tend to argue with yourself, twist yourself up, question your judgment, wonder if you made the right choice? And what if trust is a capacity that you can learn to develop and learn to increase? Excuse me. I have this little saying that I include in my book, Finding Your Own Happy, which is, the more that you trust you, the more you can trust you. Intuition, self-trust, it's like a ability that you have, and the more that you use it, the more that you exercise it, the better you get at using it, and the better you get at exercising it. So let's say something shows up in your life and you have like what you might call an intuitive sense about it. And if you just go, no, I could never know that, I don't trust myself, okay, you've just wiped away any chance of listening to yourself. But if you go, okay, I'm going to go on this and I'm going to see where it takes me, what might show up in your life and what might you learn? So maybe you say, oh, this really feels right to me, I'm going to go for it. And you go for it and boom, yes, things worked out as you thought. Awesome. You just got a whole bunch of information that you weren't ever going to get if you discredited that sense that you got. Now let's say you did the same thing and it didn't work out as you thought it did. That still gives you amazing information to understand what you were paying attention to and that things weren't quite what you thought. So instead of going into judgment when something doesn't quite pan out the way that you thought or that you thought you were getting an intuitive sense about, what if instead of judging yourself about it, you asked more questions and could gain more information so that you could really understand what that inclination or what that sense was telling you, so that you can start to really discern and pull out what is true intuitive guidance, what is those things that you really can trust, and what's just maybe your ego or your desire talking, or you're trying to convince yourself, or you are going with something from some other plane of information rather than your own self-trust. Now, a good sign that your intuition is trying to talk to you is when maybe it seems very right up here and it makes sense with your logical brain, but something inside of you is going like, this just doesn't feel right. There's just something off about it. Now, most of us have learned to dismiss those feelings, dismiss those thoughts, rather than pay attention to them and see what information they have for us. So what if instead of dismissing whatever misgivings show up, whatever inclinations of information show up to tell you something about whatever you're doing, what if you start to listen to them and start to ask questions about them and to gain more information and awareness? And the more you listen and the more you pay attention to subtle information, the more information you become aware of and the more information that you get, and the more you increase your ability to know what to trust and how to trust it, and the more you really can trust you and then be in harmony with yourself, with your being, and what is really true for you.